I was looking for something that is missing. Then I start asking myself why I'm in this earth, who am I, why I was in the shape of this woman. And so I keep asking myself questions again and again. I start searching here and there, but I didn't find anything that that fulfill what I was looking for until I met Bhagavan. I didn't know that I met the greatest soul on earth, and I always like talking to Jesus. I said, Jesus, you were not born in this era. I need a living God like you. So the answer came to me, and I was smiling, and I said, oh, I said, it is not fair, Jesus. I want to meet you. I want to be a disciple. I want to sit next to you and listen to you in the form of human. So be careful with what I wish. Sometimes I said myself, then it came true, Swamiji.
Welcome everybody. It's Wednesday and it's 7 o'clock. So we have again come to our session, Bhakti Yoga, experiencing the divine in Bhagavan. So today we have a new devotee speaker. She's from Indonesia. She lives in Bali. She is Brahmacharini Meera Ma. So Brahmacharini Meera Ma, she have met Bhagavan in 2015, and before meeting Bhagavan, for some time she was searching for truth, and she was searching to know the self. She was searching for enlightenment, and she met Bhagavan, and her total life changed. And after some time we see that she have given up all her life for Bhagavan, for the propagation of Bhagavan's message of Vedanta, of Advaita Vedanta, of love, of oneness. And today she has set up International Vedanta Society, Bali in Indonesia, where she have set up an ashram for International Vedanta Society in the village, where she gives free spiritual retreats every month for a week for the villagers of that village, for the women and the children. They come, they meditate, they do spiritual sadhanas, they chant Hare Krishna, and this is how International Vedanta Society is growing in Bali, as well as in other parts of Indonesia, as well as Malaysia, Singapore. So she is overlooking all this work in that East Asian countries, from Malaysia to Indonesia and Singapore. So today we have the pleasure of introducing, welcoming Meera Ma, Brahmacharini Meera Ma. Welcome. So Meera Ma, this is a question answer session. So I am going to ask you some questions, and you're going to respond. Tell me tell me how was Meera Ma before she had met Bhagavan. Tell me something about the person who you are before you have met Bhagavan.
Pranam Swami Prabhupada. I'm pleased to share this to anyone, hoping that this will give inspiration to others also. My life is an example for a person that was very worldly, and what I wanted, I got it. I was not lacking in any materialistic things, but somehow deep inside my heart, I noticed that something was missing, but I didn't know what was that. So every morning I woke up feeling very unfulfilled, like something is missing. Whenever I try to look for happiness, all my senses, my desire, my mind rush out to find the worldly pleasure, because no one told me that happiness was within. But at the end, happiness come and sorrow come, follow the next one, and it's endless. So that was the first things that I noticed, that something is missing and this world is always changing. And from that point, I start searching, and I met one young boy that came to Hong Kong and did a meditation and introduced me to Vedanta. Then since then, I noticed that that was like what I was looking for all the time. So that worldly pleasure, desire, and that happiness was not a real happiness, Swamiji. So I was always hang out with my friends and very concerned about my body, my health, my look, everything that I could fulfill to look better from top to toe. So I was in the darkness that no one really showed me that, okay, that is not permanent. That is just is just a body that it always like can betray you anytime, that is not permanent. And that was me, Swamiji. I was in that stage.
Hello. Hello. What happened? কে ঢুকেছে? কে এটা? বার কর। Who is this person? Dilip Kumar? Okay, Meera Ma, continue.
So that was how I was looking for something that is missing. Then I start asking myself why I'm in this earth. Who am I? Why I was in the shape of this woman. And so I keep asking myself question again and again. I start searching here and there, but I didn't find anything that that fulfill what I was looking for until I met Bhagavan.
Okay. So, thank you. So, how did you meet Bhagavan? What means you used to live in either Indonesia or Hong Kong, I've heard, and Bhagavan was in Birati in Kolkata. So, how did you meet him? How did you know him?
It was like end of the, I think around in October or even before. I met this young man that that teach meditation. He came to Hong Kong. I knew him through one of my meditation friends. Her name was Fefe, and she's also Indonesian. So Fefe knew that I like meditation, and then we did meditation together. And then she said that, I think you kind of, I would like to introduce you this young wandering Brahmachari that teach meditation. So I met him. When I look at him, he was very calm and very settled, and he teach meditation. So I got attracted to the method that he was teaching. And one day he took out one book, then he read to me, and I asked him, what was that book that you read to me? Then he said that, oh, this is Yoga Vasistha Shara. I said, read me more. From there, then he started to coach me. Then in my heart, I said, if this young man have a guru, I said, who taught you this knowledge? Oh, I have a guru, he said. Take me to meet your guru, I told him. And he took out Bhagwan pictures, and then Bhagwan pictures was like smiling to me. I said, take me, I want to meet him.
Good. So then you came to India, you met Bhagavan. So
Yeah.
Before going into those aspects of Bhagavan and your teachings and how did he teach you and what did he teach you and what did you see in him, let us ask you this question, that Bhagavan is the founder of International Vedanta Society, and the prime activity of International Vedanta Society is to propagate the message of Advaita Vedanta. Now, what was Advaita Vedanta at that time for the person who is coming from Hong Kong to meet Bhagavan? So what was the understanding? What was the primary understanding of Advaita Vedanta for you?
Almost zero, Swamiji. I didn't even know what is Guru, what is Vedanta. I just have this urge that I need to see this man. Who is he? And I was so fascinating. I couldn't explain in words that it's just a pull in the heart that I want to see him. So I've been told not to see him, that I have to go through training 2 years. I said that you don't want to take me there, so I will never see you anymore. That was, I understand. So that kind of need that I really want to see him, that I cannot explain, Swamiji. I know some of us definitely understand that. So it's beyond words.
So what happened when you saw him? What was your first impression after you met him? And what did he say?
I arrived in the morning, 9 o'clock from New Delhi. It was a long transit in New Delhi. So I arrived. I didn't have any expectation or any plan or thought that what will be. I just want to meet him without any motive. I just want to see him. What I saw from the boy, he had a very calm. Besides that, he had this strong endurance in him, and he seemed very settled and peaceful. Then that peacefulness that attract me to travel to India. And when I met Bhagwan, I experienced something that I've never experienced before. I was sitting next to him in the first row. I still have the pictures on that morning, and Bhagwan was very, very gentle and talked to me. I almost cannot remember anything besides I was crying, Swamiji, but that was a good cry.
Okay. So, you stayed in Kolkata for the first time. How many days? How many days did you stay there?
I think it's around 7 to 8 days only. That was, we got permission to stay that long. And at the end of my stay, I was very naive at that time. Bhagwan said, come again. Can I come and see you again? And he said that, come. So when I walked out from Mayabari, everything gone very fast, Swamiji. I didn't know that I met the greatest soul on earth. When I was in the Calcutta airport, then things started to manifest. I felt like my whole body was like lighter than cotton bud, and I was smiling. And I remember what's going on with me. I've never experienced this peacefulness and so no thoughts. I was smiling, and I think of nothing besides coming back again to meet Bhagavan.
So in those 7 days, what was the can you remember some very special moments with him, or some very special experiences that you have had during those 7 days?
Many devotee was there, and I was always trying to sit in front of him, listen to him, looking at him. I've never met such a calm person, full of love, and he treats everyone equally and so soft, and he demonstrates love. He demonstrates everything, and he is the embodiment of love that I've never seen, like this kind of love. I understood finally it is a unconditional love, and I was feeling very peaceful. Then beyond peaceful, Swamiji, mine was really blank, but in the way that I was peace, and I was speechless. I didn't make any judgment. I just know that I have to come back and see him again.
Okay, so when you went back to Hong Kong at that time, first of all, or you went back to Indonesia?
I returned back to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So when did you come next?
I went back in less than 3 months. So I met Yuri also. I met Paula. Meili was there. So the first trip I met Lenaka, and the second trip I came.
No, what was the period? Like, when did you come again? What was
3 months.
After 3 months? So
3
when you
months.
went back to Hong Kong after you had this first meeting with Bhagavan, so how was life there? How was there any difference?
Yeah, definitely a big transformation that even at that time I didn't aware of that, Swamiji. So I felt like my suffering was lifted up and life is more beautiful. I can sit down calmly, and even I was looking at the Christmas tree, I was smiling. I appreciate things more, and I become more soft. I become more clarity in thought. That was the things that I noticed that change within me.
Okay. So then, within this time, did you talk to him again, or did you interact with his devotees in these times?
Yes, Swamiji, and Bhagwan was always very, 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 very kind. Said that, call me, talk to me time to time. So I follow that. I obey his orders. So time to time I call him. without knowing that why. I didn't even ask him why, but I was happy and called him, and time to time he gave instruction and said, "When will you come?" I said, "I'm coming, Bhagwan."
Okay. So, Meera Ma, when was this time when you have decided that you are going to uh, sacrifice your worldly happiness, worldly life, worldly, prosperous life for the cause of Bhagwan's uh, Bhagwan's dream or Bhagwan's, endeavor? When was this time?
Sumiji, I thought of that before. It happened naturally, actually. I was didn't plan anything at all. And when someone talked to me, did you remember, Meera Ma? You came on the third time. You were putting yourself inside the box, and then you come out and surprise Bhagwan. Happy birthday, Bhagwan. I'm yours. So that was the sign that in all my subconscious mind, I surrender everything to Bhagwan on that day without I put it in plan or decided.
Okay. So, Meera Ma, let's come to another subject that uh, we call him Bhagavan, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bhagavan
yeah.
in India is referred to God. So when you say that Bhagavan, you are Bhagavan, that means uh, you are actually referring to a person who has become God. So this addressing in Bhagavan, was it natural for you? Was it because of some experience, or it is only because everybody addressed him as Bhagavan? So I am also doing the same.
Honestly, Somiji, at the beginning, no one explained to me what was the meaning of Bhagwan. So I've been stopped every time at the airport because my stay in Calcutta, the immigration officer asked me, why you came here? What was the purpose? I said, where did you stay? I said, I'm in the ashram, Mayabari. Why? I said, learn Veda from Bhagwan. Which Bhagwan? He asked me. I said, Bhagwan in Mayabari. But I keep insist Bhagwan. I said, yeah. And then at that time I was like, Bhagwan. Then actually I knew the meaning of Bhagwan is God from that immigration officer.
Okay. And then, means,
So this is very funny.
did you have any experience of that this the 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 fact that we address him as Bhagavan is right, or it's just it's
Oh,
just because we are
I
over
was
ambitious,
like,
we are over enthusiastic? What do you think?
I was I was smiling. I said, Bhagwan means God. I said, so I have a thought. I was like, oh my God. I was brought up in Catholic, and I always like talking to Jesus. I said, Jesus, you were not born in this era. I need a living God like you. So the answer came to me, and I was smiling, and I said, oh, I said, it is not fair, Jesus. I want to meet you. I want to be a disciple. I want to sit next to you and listen to you in the form of human. So be careful with what I wish. Sometimes I said myself, then it came true, Swamiji.
Mm. So, Mirama,
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
why do we call him Bhagavan?
I
Why
think
do
we know
people,
why, right?
why do people who are his devotees, they call him Bhagavan? Why?
Uh, if the devotees, like Swamiji, me, and all the Bhagwan's devotee, we all know the answer why. It is to find the right words to explain to the people, like my family in Indonesia or my family in other part of the world, and everyone in this world is our family. To explain that words, then they need to experience who is Bhagwan. And by spending time and listen to the story time to time, like Clarice, and finally they understood why we call Bhagwan is Bhagwan. It's beyond words, beyond form, beyond everything. And I have no words to explain that, Somiji. You just need to experience Bhagwan. He is beyond words.
Okay, so if somebody asks you that why do you go to meet a person in India, explain or express, just explain or express him. So what did you say? How is your guru? How is your master?
Yeah. First, what I can explain was the only person, like, whoever gave me this bliss, this knowledge, and whoever can transform anyone to become more pure and divine, that is him. It is Bhagwan.
Okay, so tell us about his teachings. What did he teach you?
Bhagwan is very simple. His teaching to me, it is beyond words, beyond form. He only said three things that I always remember and try to put it in practice daily: love, sincerity, and honesty. And the more I face and continue this journey, Bhagwan words is very, 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 very divine and very, very beautiful, Swamiji. He often said, the only solution is love, only love.
Okay. So, Anjali, Meera Ma, what is your activities in Indonesia now? Tell us about your activities.
First, I do austerity, practice Bhagwan 12 sadhana, and to become perfect, and to improve myself, and to observe, to change my mind, to become pure and purer. On top of that, Bhagwan said, spread Vedanta, since this his and bliss, this knowledge has been given to Bhagwan, and it changed my life. And this Meera Ma is an instrument of Bhagwan. So as his instrument, through this body, speech, and mind, I'm working selflessly to share his words to others, so others could achieve this peace and love, and could understand what is oneness too.
Meera Ma, tell us something about Advaita Vedanta. that Advaita Vedanta that Bhagavan has taught you?
Bhagavan said, always Brahman. It was a little bit hard for me to understand that at the beginning, but whatever words come out from Bhagavan or classes given by Swamiji is like a food for my soul that enrich me every time that I listen and listen and listen. Advaita Vedanta to me is the actual meaning is non-dualism. What I understood, what we see in this world is within us, Swamiji. What we see is the manifestation of our mind, and all is us. Tattvam Asi. And for me, Advaita Vedanta is love. Everything is one. There's no you, there's no me. If it is you put you between me, then there is a separation between me and you. And the whole world is me. The whole world is family, Swamiji. I didn't study much about Veda, but this is what I can share. It is came out from my heart. All is one.
So, Meera Ma, what do you want to do in your life? Means, how do you want to spend your life, rest of your life?
I don't really. I surrender my thoughts to the highest. That I follow the steps of Bhagavan. He is my idol, and his teaching will be my guidance. And what he had told me to do, I will put it in practice.
Yeah. So, Meera Ma, we all know that unfaithful day, 27th of May, when Bhagavan left this mundane world, he departed, and he was a pole star in our life, in everybody's life, and our life was guided by him. We all grew up by his love. Now, when he departed, what was your reaction, and how is life now after him, and as compared to life when he was there?
All I can say is the world lost the greatest soul, and there must be a reason behind that. And we, as his devotees, we are the pillars of IVS. We continue his work, Swamiji. This is what Bhagavan wants. I told myself that. And Bhagavan is within us and is eternal. If we see Bhagavan in the form, then it will be another different story. But Bhagavan gave us this knowledge that Bhagavan is Bhagavan.
So, thank you very much,